Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see, we are very Christmassy today. Oh, my bow's a bit all over the place. But there is a reason for this, because I'm going to talk to you about my Walt Disney World Christmas trip. So before we get started, let's talk about what I'm wearing. I've got my cute little Christmas tee on from Primark. It has got Mickey, I think it might have Minnie, yeah, in their Christmas stuff. And I got this just before I went, and I wore it when I was in Disney World. And these ears were gifted to me from Infinity Ears UK. You can see them in my vlogs. I speak about them in my vlogs and how they untwist. And you can put different ears on because they're magnetic. Now I'm not going to be able to get this back on, am I? One sec. But she so kindly gifted me so many ears for my trip, and in general, like, she gifted me these Christmas gingerbread ones and some snowman ones too. And yeah, I love these. These are my absolute favourites, so I thought I'd wear these for this video. So I was sitting there the other day and I was like, I actually haven't filmed my trip report video. So here it is. This is my trip report and this is everything I need to tell you. So normally we fly with British Airways, but this time on this trip we decided to fly with TUI because it was the cheapest price that we had found for those dates that we wanted to go. Like, we'd already been in May, we didn't want to go and spend like an obscene amount in November, because that's like only a few months like from when we came back. So we went with TUI. We haven't flown with TUI. I don't think we've ever flown with TUI, I'm not sure. It's normally BA, but don't know what I don't know if I'd fly with them again. If the price was right, I probably would fly with them again. Like, the cool thing about this was, I think we're on the Dreamliner, but I don't know, I'm not into planes, but you press the button and the window goes dark, which was really good. I thought that was a really cool thing. The other thing that I did not like about this flight was the choice of movies. They had hardly any choice of movies. I have a Cineworld card, I've had one for like 10 years, so I pretty much see everything that comes out. So it's very rare for me to go on a plane and not have seen anything anyway, but there was literally like 5 films and the choice was just not good. There was a couple that I hadn't seen that I wanted to watch, so that was okay. But if I hadn't downloaded Making a Murderer season 2 on my Netflix, which I needed to finish, and Riverdale, I would have literally been there for a few hours like, what the hell should I do? And on the flight back, it was the exact same films, and they'd actually taken some of the films off, so it was like less films, and I'd seen all of them because either I'd watched them on the flight on the way there or I'd seen them at the cinema. So you would have thought on the way back it would have been different films. Like, it should have been different films. Should have been films that people hadn't seen. So if we're going to be honest, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not getting paid to do this video. I didn't get, I wasn't in collaboration to go with TUI. So I'm just giving you my honest opinion. And honestly, on the way back, I had the worst flight probably of my actual life. I have not spoken about this on Instagram because, like, we were flying back, we landed, I was knackered. I did not want to get on my Instagram story and be like, guys. But basically, on the way back, I had a family behind me. It was a man, his wife, and their young daughter in between. She was like 1.5, 2.5. She was little. So obviously, when you fly back from Florida, we do a night flight. So at some point in the cabin, they will turn the lights off and everyone will go to sleep. Like, you don't have to, but the majority of the plane will go to sleep to get their body clock back on track. So let me tell you what happened. We had this child behind me, and from the get-go, she was screaming that plane down. She screamed the plane down the whole way home. 8 hours of screaming, kicking my chair, screaming, crying. And this was throughout the night in America time. So this kid is probably knackered. She's probably crying because she is tired. And what they should have done was obviously put her to sleep like everyone else's kids. And then when she screamed to shut her up, they were like, what do you want to watch on the TV? Look, let's play this on the TV. Let's play this game. Or have this sweet, have these chocolates. And it's just like, your child doesn't need any more sweets. They're going to be more hyper, they're going to be more awake, and you're going to not know what to do. And I also heard him say he's got to drive 2 hours when he gets off the plane and he's had no sleep, and he was like, can you just sort her out? So they did not know what to do. And I do not know if it's just me. It's definitely not just me. When you're really tired, you're going to be jet lagged, you're on a plane and you are knackered. It is 12 o'clock American time. You have been up since like 8 or 9 in the morning, and you're on a flight, you're cramped, and this kid is screaming. And I literally just said, please, can you just like put your child to bed? Like, it's 12 o'clock, it's not fair on the rest of us. It was midnight, it's not acceptable to have your child screaming for an 8-hour flight. And after that, he kind of did shut her up. He actually made out that his child was ill. And if she was ill, I'm pretty sure you would have given her Calpol before that point, which was like 7 hours into the flight. So it pretty much ruined the whole flight back. The fact that no one actually said, you know, like, is your child okay? Like, can you please sort it out? Like, I know that it's difficult when it's someone's child, but when I got off the plane, someone was actually saying to my family, like, you're so right for sticking up for saying what you said, because that was just totally unacceptable. And they actually said to us, they were like, that family should have apologised to everyone on that plane. So yeah, not great. And that is the TUI situation. Like I said, if the price is right, I would fly with them again, but they're definitely not going to be my first choice of flights. The seats were smaller, the kid like screaming behind me was not good, and the movies were not good. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, when we get there, absolutely best time of my freaking life. I went in May this year. It was good. It was good. It was alright. Had a good time as usual. But this time it blew it out the water. I could not get over the fact that I was there in November. I've never been in November, and it's a bit like getting winter sun, isn't it? Like, everyone's cold back home and you are literally in the heat. So we got really lucky with the weather. We didn't know what the weather was going to be like, but it was pretty much in the 90s most of the time. I was absolutely in heaven. I was by the pool. We got a few pool days in because we went for a week, so we wanted to fit in all the parks and do a bit of shopping as well, but obviously not lay by the pool because that's not going to give us enough time to do all the things. But we did lay by the pool like 2 or 3 days, which was amazing, and it's definitely needed. Honestly, a week in Disney is not enough. If you're going to go for a week, you're going to need a holiday afterwards, because it is knackering, honestly. So we normally go for 2 weeks, so a week was definitely interesting. So anyways, things I need to talk to you about on this trip, which I haven't spoken to you about in my last trip report. The weather was awesome. We got really lucky with the weather, super hot. There were times when I was at the Very Merry Christmas party that I was just dying, and I was like, oh my god. And then like it snapped, like the next day was like a cold snap. It was really sunny, but it did get really cold, and luckily I bought my amazing Spirit jersey, which you can see in my Walt Disney World haul video, and luckily I had that round with me at Epcot because it got super cold that day. My dad actually had to go buy a hoodie because it did get chilly, like not as cold as it would be here, but it was chilly, and then it was cold for like the next few days. I actually wore jeans on the Friday to the Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom because I was actually that cold, and I've never worn jeans in Disney World before, so it was really unusual. So yeah, I know a few people have asked me like, what's the weather like? So it's very hit and miss, so it just depends. So definitely take shorts, but definitely also take jeans as well, because you just don't know, because it did just change like that. And then I think when we left it went back up again, then it went down. So yeah, it was definitely unusual to be there and it be a little bit colder than normal, but it didn't make a difference. Like, I had the clothes I needed to wear, so it was great. We had some really good weather at the beginning of the week. So that is it on the weather front. Let me tell you about the party we did. So we did Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. This was the first time that I've ever done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We normally go in September and the Halloween party's on, but we've never done it. But literally going for Christmas was always on my bucket list. To see that castle lit up like that was a dream come true, and to go to the Christmas party was just, I was living, like I was literally walking around like I'm living the dream, I'm living the dream, because I was living the actual dream. So the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the tickets, I think £100, £125, I can't remember because I got them a while ago, but I think we got them from Attraction Tickets UK. I don't know, I'll leave a link to where I got them below. But the party was so good, guys. Honestly, it's worth the money. You get to go to all like the cookie stands. So basically you walk in, they give you a wristband, you go in after a certain time. I think you can go in from like 4 and get your wristband, and then everything kind of starts at like 6ish. We got there just at 6, I think we did, because we come from somewhere else. I can't remember what we're doing that day. But we basically got our wristband, and they double check your wristband. Like if you don't have a wristband, you cannot stay in that park. So yeah, it's worth it, because every time you see a candy cane, you can go to that candy cane stop and you can get cookies, you can get hot cocoa, snowballs, you can get pretzels, you can get different drinks. It's honestly so worth the money. As soon as you go through like the Christmas bit on the right hand side, like you get into the park and you have to go to the right hand side, then you go through this like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and it brings you down the back side of Main Street down towards the castle. So you get a sugar cookie there which is shaped like Mickey, and then all the other cookies are just normal, so they're like chocolate chips, snickerdoodles, and peppermint bark ones, very like basically those ones really. Yeah, and I had a lot of cookies because you could just go around as many times as you wanted. I had hot cocoa, and I had the blue snowball as well, and I had a pretzel. So there's all different things at different stops. So the best one was Pinocchio Village House. So you queue up to get in this one, and this is like where you get the most stuff. You can get 4 cookies. They give you the 4 cookies and then you get a choice of either Fanta or hot cocoa. Another good thing about this event is that you can meet rare characters. So they had all of the 7 dwarfs out to meet. And when I said to the lady, like, how long is the line? It was a 3-hour wait. Like, I love meeting characters, but I'm not like that into it. I'd rather like walk around and like take it in, soak it up. And that is what we did. We didn't meet any characters at this event because I wasn't there to waste time. 3 hours in a queue and spend $100 and something to just meet one character and not seeing anything else. So basically we watched Elsa and Olaf and all of that turn on the castle and do that, like, the Frozen thing. And it blew my mind. Like, I can't go. I actually want to cry when I think about it. It was insane. So I filmed that. Like, I filmed it for my vlog and... oh my god, I'm crying. I filmed it for my vlog and I filmed it for my Instagram. You can check out my highlights. But it was just amazing. Like, it's so good how they tie in Frozen as well. So literally we saw that at 6:15. That happens like twice throughout the night. And then we saw Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party thing on the stage, like on the stage show. They had singers, they were singing Wish You Merry Christmas. They sing that song with Daisy and she's like, text me Merry Christmas, all that. It's so good. It's honestly so worth it. The ride that had the most wait time was probably 7 Dwarfs. It was like 35 to like 45 minutes, which is nothing compared to a normal day at the Magic Kingdom. But it was quiet. Like, you could walk around, you could take it in, and you weren't crowded. But I don't really like being in the parks when it's dark because I don't feel like the magic is there as much. But we went on the Big Thunder Mountain in the dark, which I love doing in the dark. So that was fun. We did all the candy stops. I have got a map which I could definitely show you, and I could show you all the candy stops if you wanted me to. I can put that on Instagram. But it was definitely worth the money, guys. Then you get to watch the parade at the end, and I've just seen this, you know when you've seen something so long on Instagram and you watch it in person? It was so good. Honestly, it was so good. The castle, the music, the Snope, which is like the Snope on Main Street. It is just like being in a dream. So if you're thinking about doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, I'd 100% recommend it. It is a ticketed event. Like, you need a special wristband to go to it. Not anyone can go to it. It's in the evening, and if you want to meet characters, you can, but you can just enjoy it. You can go around the park and see it for Christmas and really just take it all in, and it was honestly the best night of my life. But it is tiring. We were there until like midnight. I think it shuts at 1. As soon as the parade finished, we actually dashed out because we were by the entrance, because we watched, there's 2 parades. We watched the one at 11 instead of the one at like 8 because I think it would have died out a bit more by then. But it was definitely hard to get a parade spot. I didn't want to sit down like too long before the parade started, but if you do, definitely sit down at least an hour and a half before if you want a Main Street spot. You can eat at the restaurant, which is, I think it's Tony's Town Square, and then you can get reserved seating, which is like in front of the tree, which means you look straight down Main Street and you see the parade coming up with the castle behind. That is an extra dining package of like $100 and something, I think, but double check it. But if you want a really good spot, you can also do that as well, but it's just extra money. So yeah, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, 100% would do. I loved it. It was the best thing ever. Definitely watch my vlogs of that so you can see actually what it was like. Another favourite of this trip was seeing Hollywood Studios for Christmas. It was the first Christmas park we went to, and it blew my goddamn mind. Like Echo Lake, I was just in love. I was just stood there, just in love. And they do it Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. I watched a bit of that, and I watched Phantasmics. I haven't seen Phantasmics for a few years. And I also really liked the projections that were on the Tower of Terror, because they had these projections and they had these new lasers which were new for this year, which were beaming out across, and the snow was falling through it, so it gave a really cool effect. I posted a photo from it on my Instagram and I absolutely love it. I think it looks awesome. So that was really cool to watch. That happens on a loop continuously throughout the night, so you can always go and see that at any point throughout the night. The only thing I would say about that is it makes the area very busy. The music's very, very loud. But that park in general wasn't busy. The only part that was busy was the Toy Story Land, which is normal because it's only just opened. When we went in May, it hadn't opened, so we did check out Toy Story Land. We didn't go on the Slinky Dog roller coaster because that was like a 70-minute wait, and the line was like all the way through Toy Story Land. I think when Star Wars Land opens, that land will be better, because at the minute it's kind of like a dead end. So you're going in and it's like a bottleneck and you're having to go back out, so it's very busy. So for the fast pass we got in Toy Story Land was the Alien Saucer Swirl ride, the new one. So what can I say about that? It was interesting. My dad didn't want to come on this, so I had to go on it on my own because my brother and my mum went together, and I don't know whether it was because I was on my own, but I just did not enjoy it. like it was rubbish. Like I'd rather have gone on the teacups. I just didn't enjoy it. You just sit there and you get spun round, and it's like very jolty at times, and it was just not worth it. Like I wouldn't have queued up for that, and if I had, I'd have been very disappointed. So another must do if you're going at Christmas time is definitely the Grand Floridian Hotel. You can go and see the gingerbread house, and that was amazing. It was like a life-size gingerbread house. It was real, a real gingerbread house. People were like, is that real? I was like, yes, oh my god. It smells amazing. They actually serve you gingerbread like from the gingerbread house, so that's 100% a must see. It was just something that you've seen in videos, in pictures, and then I saw it in real life, and it was just magical. The whole hotel was just magical. We ate in the cafe, wouldn't do it again, definitely overpriced. I had French onion soup for starters, didn't rate it. Didn't look appetizing at all. It wasn't great. But then I did get to have a massive Mickey waffle with like all the side and toppings I wanted, so that was worth it for that. But the French onion soup and everything else my family got was just a bit basic, and I think you're just paying for like where it's actually based at, which is the hotel. Another great thing that happened when we were on this trip was the Mickey's 90th birthday. So the celebration started on the Friday, and on the Friday I said to my dad, I was like, just drop me at the Magic Kingdom, like I got to go. They were having like Mickey and Minnie come out really early in their outfits, and they were filming, but I didn't go super early for that. But I did go, and I got the treats which you could get at Main Street Bakery, which was for Mickey's 90th, because I'm a sucker for anything like that. I went and filmed that. I had never gone to Magic Kingdom by myself, so it was actually really cool, because that day my mum wasn't very well, which was unfortunate. Like she really didn't feel good, so she didn't end up coming to any of the parks that day because she just felt so ill, which is so annoying when you go on holiday and get ill. But I went to the Magic Kingdom by myself for a bit, and I rode the People Mover, and I just took it in. I went and got some of the limited edition merch that they brought out that day. And I was just living the dream. And then I went and sat in the hub grass, and I was eating my cupcake by myself, just, you know, taking it in. And then these two guys sat down next to me, and we just started talking. Like, they were English, and they also run a lifestyle page, which is a Disney lifestyle page, and they were great. So I made friends with these two new guys. Before the parade, we got to sing Happy Birthday to Mickey, which was really surreal, really cool. Like, when does that ever happen? Then we got to go sign Mickey's birthday banner in Town Square, which the guys didn't know about, and I was like, yeah, we've got to go sign it. So literally, big banner for Mickey, and we could sign it. Like, when are you ever going to do that again? Mickey's never going to turn 90 again. The next time this will probably happen will be when he's 100, which I cannot even imagine what's going to happen when he was 100. But it was just awesome to be there that day, awesome to like meet other people that love Disney as well from the UK. And then I went on to Animal Kingdom. And if you're going for like the Christmas stuff, Animal Kingdom is not very Christmassy. Epcot hadn't started the Christmas Festival of the Holidays. They start that on the 18th, and we left on the 17th. And Animal Kingdom wasn't Christmassy at all. Like, they had like a tree outside, and that was about it with that. So with Flight of Passage, if you haven't been on it before, you should 100% do it. So back in May, I don't know if I told you in my trip report, I think it said 125 minutes, and we were just like, do you know what, let's just do it. And it ended up being like 40 minutes, maybe an hour. It was never 125 minutes. This time it said 125 minutes, and it was about an hour, so it never really is what it says it is. But it's just worth it. If you've done everything else in the park, which we had basically done, we just didn't do Everest and Dinosaur. We didn't even go over that side of the park actually. But yeah, if you've done everything that you want to do, then I would recommend totally queuing for it, because it's just something else. I can't even explain. Like, it is amazing. The person I met in the line, Jenny, when I saw her afterwards, she actually cried, because it's just so overwhelming, like the smells, and you really feel like you're in another world. I think someone compared it to being in heaven, which was a really nice comparison to imagine actually that is what heaven is like. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. Navi River Journey I don't really rate as much, but the other one, yes, 100% you have to do it. So I don't really have anything negative really to say on this trip. I was literally just taking it all in, living every day as it came, because we were there for a week, and we definitely felt like we were there for longer because we fitted in so much. Like, there was a day when we went Grand Floridian and Hollywood Studios, and then we'd do Magic Kingdom, and then do outlet shopping, and then we'd do pool, and then we'd go to a park, stuff like that. Like, you definitely had to make use of every day. Like, you couldn't just do a chilled day because you'd miss out on doing something else. Another thing that I haven't experienced because I hadn't been at Christmas was the Christmas tree trail at Disney Springs. It's at the back of Disney Springs. It is a free thing to go to. You can go see Santa there as well, but this is just free, and you can just walk through it. And there's a lot of trees. I think it's like 27 trees. I do say it in my vlog if you watch my vlog, but there's like so many trees, and they're each designed around a character or a film. So There's like a Minnie Mouse one, there's a Pluto one, a Dumbo one, Mary Poppins. They did the haunted house, and they're all themed insane, like insane. I was like, I want a picture next to every single one, but there was too many. And literally they design these trees, and the products that you can see on the trees you can actually buy. They're very clever with this. They put a ornament section in the Christmas tree trail, so you can be like, oh, I like that, and then you'll see it there and you can buy it. You can also get different candy floss there of different flavours, which is really cool. And you can also get this there, which definitely sold out in quite a few parks. It is the cup holder, so you can get a few bits there as well. Then at the end of the trail it takes you into the ornament shop, so you actually have to walk through the shop anyway, so you get to see all the Christmas ornaments, and then you're back into Disney Springs. But honestly, it is so worth doing. Again, it's a free event. It's a good date night as well. Like, if you're gonna go on a date, it's a good date night. I love Disney Springs for a date. I have nothing negative to say about it, except for like Magic Kingdom was obviously always going to be busy, but the Christmas party, please, if you're gonna go, you should do it. I cannot wait to go back. I literally am thinking, can I go back every Christmas, because it's just insane. Like, it was insane to go back twice in a year. I'm so grateful, and I'm so lucky to have been able to do that and to be able to share that with you. And we hit 20,000 Instagram followers when I was out there, which was really special, and just is so good to celebrate that when you're out there. But yes, that is my trip report. I know it's not very interesting and it's very talkative, but if you got to the end, then yes, high five to you. But if you have any questions about anything, please leave them below. I know I'm not very good with the prices on things, but I'll definitely leave where I got the tickets below. Yeah, watch the vlogs, because then you'll definitely be able to see everything I'm talking about. And yeah, honestly, I'd say it was the best trip I've ever been on. And with location of where I stay, I never really reveal that, but it's a place we stay at all the time, because I know a few people have asked about that, so I never really talk about that because it's a place we've owned for like 20 odd years. Also, forgot to say, it was our 20th time we have been. It was our 20th trip, and I hit 20,000 followers on Instagram, and I went for Christmas. I hit my bucket list. Like, my bucket list is now done for Walt Disney World anyway. I've got to do all the other ones first. But yeah, honestly, it was the best trip. I'm so glad I got to share it with you all, and I really hope you enjoy watching the vlogs and watching my haul of all the merchandise I bought, because your girl brought a lot. So yeah, if you have any questions about my trip, please leave them below. I feel like I should have wrote notes down because I can't remember everything that happened on the trip. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like I said, comments below, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and please subscribe and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you soon with a new Disney video. Bye guys!